Hello, this is Rimmery. Welcome to Software Architecture Learning Journal by Kotlin. In this series, using Kotlin, I'll be sharing what I've learned about software architecture fundamentals. In this video, we'll discuss the granularity of services to transition from a service-based architecture implemented in a sample total app to a microservices architecture. We'll examine the sample code based on criteria outlined in these software architecture hard parts to determine the granularity of services, considering various perspectives. We'll deliberate whether the user functionality and session functionality in the sample code should be separate services. Note that the session functionality has a symbol implementation without using libraries. The criteria for determining the granularity of services include code change frequency, scalability and throughput, fault tolerance, security, testability, and deployability, data ownership, and handling shared code. In this video, we'll focus on the highlighted criteria, while the remaining will be discussed in the next video. Firstly, let's consider the frequency of code changes. Since the reasons for changes in session functionality and user functionality differ significantly, their change frequencies are likely to vary. For example, enhancements to session functionality may involve security reinforcement or parameter changes, while user functionality changes mainly involve additions such as images or user information. Considering this perspective, it's appropriate to have separate services for user functionality and session functionality. Next, let's discuss scalability and throughput. By keeping the granularity of services small, you can scale only the required services at a low cost. Since session functionality requires higher scalability and throughput compared to user functionality, it's better to have them as separate services from this perspective as well. Now let's address fault tolerance. A smaller service granularity reduces the impact when a specific service goes down, assuming independent communication between services. From this standpoint, separating the validation and logout functionalities of session from user functionality improves fault tolerance since they don't require coordination with user functionality. However, since login requires coordination with user functionality, if user functionality goes down, login functionality will also be affected. Therefore, from this perspective, it's appropriate to have validation and logout functionalities of session as separate services from user functionality. Moving on to security, handling access to this confidential information within a single service enhances security by separating user functionality, which deals with passwords, into a different service. Session functionality avoids handling passwords, thus improving security. Considering this perspective, having user functionality and session functionality as separate services is suitable. That concludes the explanation for this video. In the next video, we'll continue to consider criteria for determining the granularity of remaining services. Thank you for watching. If you found this guide helpful, please like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell. Stay tuned for more content on introductory software architecture using Kotlin. Now, happy coding.